Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars. I have come to speak to you about the latest developments in the world of Lowden guitars. It's been quite an exciting day. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that Ed Sheeran and Lowden are now really very officially working together. Clearly been working on a project for some time to produce the Sheeran guitars. So clearly from my point of view, I'm like, wow, because I'm automatically in there as a Lowden dealer, and obviously I love Lowden guitars, and I'm honoured to be able to represent Lowden guitars. So it's thrown me straight in there into kind of wanting to talk about it and bringing my views on it. I thought before I have an opportunity to see too much about, actually I haven't had my hands on the guitar. It was only launched at the NAMM show last night. So I'm bringing this video less than 24 hours from when I knew. And to put this in perspective, I've already sold, a couple of these guitars. I've got orders for them. So it kind of shows you the power of this kind of association. And I got the information late last night. It was so funny. I had the kind of bulletin, because I work all hours and stuff like that, so I'm on my computer chatting to somebody on LifeHack. I get an email come through from the NAMM show, an announcement that this association, this affiliation and this kind of brand effectively has been launched, Sheeran by Lowden. And I'm like, wow, amazing. So the next thing I know, I get like a little password protected sort of dealer's fact sheet thing that I can kind of like get all my information out, start putting it onto my website. So I thought, wow, well, this is really important. So I'll just get it straight on my site. I'll do it now. May as well do it now. So then I just thought, well, I'll see what information there is about this online. And the first thing, or the only thing really that was coming up then, was a link to Ed Sheeran's video of him talking about his connection with this brand and his why he felt it was important to do it and be involved with it, which I'll come to in a minute. And someone said about pricing, and so I was like, oh yeah, all the prices start at £590 up to £900, and you should have seen the war that broke out between different people arguing over the fact that how could this person know the pricing of the guitars, and the comment was, not even Rolling Stone magazine knows the price. How could you know what the price is? I'm like, well, because like what the hell's Rolling Stone magazine got to, like, all of a sudden you're jumping from the world of guitars and guitar sales and dealing with Lowden to Rolling Stone magazine, as if Rolling Stone magazine is the god of retail prices. So that was quite funny. It's just been an exciting little 24-hour period really, and it's been a real buzz. And so I want to give you kind of my first views before I have an opportunity to kind of be sucked in, and you know me, I am absolutely complete. This is what's fascinating. This will challenge all of my own ideology, and because I'm always very proud of the fact that I am diligent about what I will sell and how I sell it and what I want to talk about. And so I'm kind of looking to challenge myself with this and see what I really think and what I really believe. And I'll enjoy doing that because I'm kind of on the inside now. I can kind of test my own thoughts. If you don't know what I mean by that, I'll sort of elaborate a bit. So basically what they've launched is, well, to take it a step back, Ed Sheeran had a wee Lowden guitar made for him. Obviously George had seen him playing the Martin guitar, and my understanding of it is George made him a guitar, which I don't think he ever does a lot. I mean, I don't want to put words into George's mouth, so I get the impression that most artists would obviously buy their guitars from George Lowden. They don't do a lot of, if any, endorsements of that kind, and that's unofficial. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I think that's the general rule of thumb. But the impression I got was that, now watching back the videos and stuff and the history between Ed Sheeran loving Lowden guitars as a youngster, it makes sense that George would make him a guitar, because he's like this, you know, look at him, he's, what is he? Probably the most important, you know, mega star, pop star at the moment, isn't he? And there's so many different topics I want to cover here. So I've got to keep it, I'll probably bounce around everywhere. If you watch my channel or know me, you'll know I just bounce around everywhere. So I'll go with the flow, When I watched the latest, oh, you know, where everyone goes, the festival, he showcased it, you know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to remember the name of it, because my recall, powers of recall. So he basically, as you know, had the whole stage to himself, seeing what he did and how he commanded that stage with just him and a guitar and a looping pedal, you know, it's extraordinary, the skill and just the incredible talent of that young guy. So it's kind of sad that in a very short space of time that I saw what was going on with these guitars. The initial feedback I saw on Instagram, it was pretty horrendous, you know. Someone immediately said they're unfollowing or whatever you do on Instagram, you know, no longer interested. I'm not even going to think about a Lowden guitar now. And someone literally wrote, how could you lower yourself to being associated with basically a pop singer? And it kind of, you know, I'm used to sort of receiving hate for what I've done, you know, and you know, you live your life with standards and ethics and morals and whatever else. And there's always somebody who will really twist and turn something into such an incredible negative. And I was horrified. I was just, you know, just what the hell are you talking about? And then I've seen comments such as, I'd love a Lowden, but I would never have Sheeran's name on my guitar. I would never want his name on my guitar. As if like, so it's interesting. So that's the cynical side of it. That's the kind of, you know, and we could go down the route of selling out, cheapening the brand, da 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 da. You could create a range of comments about what someone who wants to look negatively has happened. So let's spin it around. Let's look at the positive. I monitor, which I do fanatically, guitar interest, and I've done it for 24 years. Okay, now for the last God knows what 15 years, you've been able to track general interest through Google Trends. A lot of you won't have probably even heard of it, but go and check it out now. Ooh, my big hand. Check it out. Google. Sorry. I felt really powerful when I did that. The Google Trends focus, Rich. Google Trends enables you to just follow what commonly requested inquiries are out there, you know, on Google. And I've watched this trend of guitars tail off every single year without fail for the last 15 years. So I've been following that this whole time. And the electric guitar market started up, if I look at the camera here, starts up here and it tapers, and every Christmas you get a peak, 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 and then if you have a look at it, the electric guitar market's gone from up here to down here, right? It's right down here, tiny, tiny fraction where we were 15 years ago. The acoustic guitar market it started way below 15 years ago, because 15 years ago probably there was the whole Oasis thing. That was more than 15 years ago, but you know, Oasis were quite a big deal for the electric guitar market and the whole sort of Brit thing. So but that, as that tailed off, electric guitar market had the acoustic market then started down here, and that has gone down and down and down, but by no means the same as the electric market, to the point now where the acoustic market is actually more buoyant than the electric guitar market. However, the overall trend for guitar inquiries on Google, if you use that as your god of the world's interest, is a tiny fraction of what it was once 15 years ago. Now that'll be the same for lots of things, but you know, there's lots of reasons for that. Everyone debates it online, but that's the reality. So you've got this kind of person, Ed Sheeran, who he's a young guy doing pop music, and he has people eating out his hands, if you like. He's just a lovely guy, he's a normal guy, and he's an absolute genius at songwriting. He's a genius at what he does. And he's playing a guitar. This is the most wonderful possible thing that could ever happen for the guitar market. And if anyone wants to be cynical about that, you've got to be a moron. You've got to be a complete and utter freaking idiot to look at that disparagingly. So the next thing I want to kind of thought process I have is, wow, isn't this amazing? Because we're talking about Ed Sheeran. You know, the guy's clearly multi-millionaire. The guitar industry is tiny. He doesn't care about the money. He's not doing this to make money. You know, he's like I've seen people going on about, oh, you know, these guitars are going to cost a fortune because once you stick on Ed Sheeran's, you know, money, and it's a Lowden, so they're going to put top dollar on it and everything else. Well, I've seen the prices. They're like £595, about £900. They're going to be laminate back and sides. But they are made in Ireland. They are still making these things in Ireland. Certain automation, obviously, on these price points. The fact that it's a form of laminate, that they are laminate back and sides. But knowing what I know about George Lowden and how he hasn't sold himself out, he never has. I use this story all the time. I talk about it all the time. George Lowden has kept things so real. Some people question how he even stays in business, you know, because I have to book in my orders 18 months in advance, because they limit what is physically possible. You know, you can only produce so many guitars by hand in traditional tooling methods. You can only make so much, and he has kept absolutely rigidly to his word to produce world-class guitars. So the two guitars that I've got them here. So this is a little wee Lowden. So this is an example of a wee Lowden. I would have should have tuned it. Pretty much there, isn't it? Oh no. Anyway, so that's a little wee Lowden. So that's your kind of, I suppose that's what's character. This is what people might associate the size of guitar body Ed Sheeran would use. And this is the S body. So it's slightly bigger. But it looks big compared to this one. But this is the one that I kind of tend to personally love. The S body is a small body, still folk size, but it's still wonderfully compact. Slightly, that one's tuned way down. This one sounds a bit more in tune to concert pitch. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely. So you've got the S body, and those are the two body shapes that they're going to be doing. The S body shape, slight that kind of folky body, and then you've got the wee Lowden, and those are the two body shapes he's going to be doing. So so the kind of the people that are kind of saying, what I was focusing on, the sort of sellout concept, wasn't I, or cheapening the brand. It's clear to me they've put a huge amount of thought into how to create. I think this is my point. I think this is about bringing guitars to an audience a new audience, a new age group, a whole new kind of era, if you like, of people, a new generation of people that are influenced by Ed Sheeran's music, who want to play Ed Sheeran's music, who want to be like Ed Sheeran. They want to, you know, be like him, play his music. That's brilliant. Nobody should be critical of that. And if Ed Sheeran inspires people to pick up an acoustic guitar and play songs and do songwriting, we all know that the beauty of real music is you can do it with 3 chords. Now clearly Ed's an incredibly talented guy and does far more than that, but the essence of a good song is 3 chords, and any good pop song is fairly basic in its structure. And that means people can get involved with it and learn the concept of the song, learn and play those songs, and you know, I just find it incredibly exciting. And if Ed Sheeran has got together with George and said, look, there's two worlds colliding, if you like. One young guy who I hope would like to inspire an audience to get involved with guitar playing and make it affordable for them. And you've then got George Lowden's desire to bring acoustic guitars to a younger audience that can grow up with his brand and aspire to own a Lowden one day. So these two are perfect for each other, aren't they? It's an amazing thing. So Ed Sheeran can introduce affordable guitars under his own name, working with a guy that he's aspired to. You know, as a young lad, he wanted a Lowden guitar, and now he's working with that man that would have made him his guitar to bring affordable guitars to a new generation. I just love the story. I think it's amazing. I'm not going to sit here and criticize it. Now, if I get these guitars in, and I just can't believe, how could I be sitting here in judgment of George Lowden? I do it all the time, you know, I judge stuff, I'm judging stuff all the time. But I just cannot believe that these are going to be bad guitars. And this whole concept of, well, oh yes, but will they be better? If we're now going to take it away from Ed's story, George Lowden's story, and into my story of how will I recommend them, I will be completely honest and aware of where these guitars fit. These guitars fit into people that either want a Lowden guitar and will always want a Lowden guitar, but they can have something that is Lowden produced in the early stages whilst they maybe save their money or they aspire to own that Lowden guitar in the future. There's something there for those people. That is incredibly important. It will also be for people who do love Ed Sheeran's music, who are into his thing and want to recreate that kind of music. Fantastic. Come on in and get yourself a Sheeran guitar. There is nothing wrong with emulating. And any moron that says, people are just going to buy a Sheeran guitar because Ed Sheeran plays them, you moron. You've been doing that your whole life. Why have you been buying Gibson guitars? Why? The only reason that Gibson have been able to hold the entire freaking industry to ransom for as many years as they've done is because you lot want to copy and be like your heroes. The fact is, the guys that made the Gibson brand famous, they're all slowly dying off. That's the reality. And the people that desperately wanted a Gibson guitar, they're getting older and older. And now there's a new era, there's a new younger audience. And you know what? They couldn't give a damn about a Gibson guitar. Some of them do. But you know, some of them want a Sheeran guitar. Some of them want to be like Ed Sheeran. They don't want to be like B.B. King. It's not a problem. I love B.B. King. I love the guy, love blues. See what I'm getting at? So that's my take on it. I hope I've kind of covered all the bases. I'm hoping, I want to come out with a different angle. I don't want to be here selling you a pitch on how amazing they're going to be, but I really see where they're going to fit in, and I'm really excited by that. I'm excited by I feel blessed that I'm connected with the brand in the first place. Lowden guitars mean so much to me. I'm absolutely blessed that I'm involved with Lowden. I'm excited by guy who clearly is a modern sort of pop legend getting involved in the guitar market now, and you know, kind of getting involved with quality. I'm not going to mention too much about associations previously, but you know, these aren't any kind of mass-produced brand he's connecting with. This is him connecting with a product that means something to him, and he wants people to be inspired and to be picking up a guitar and playing it. That's amazing. So okay, let me know. Have a look at the well, tell me what your views are. You know, I know I get upset when people, you know, hopefully don't be too hateful about the video, and don't be too hateful about my comments and my views. They are my views. I'm very passionate about them, but I'll keep you posted with the whole thing, and as soon as they're available, I mean, I've already got my order in, so I'll hopefully be the first in the queue. If you're interested in buying one, talk to me about it. If you want to know dates and stuff, just chat to me on the live chat and I'll keep you posted. And hopefully that comes across you know, honest and open-minded about the whole thing. And that's my view. Okay, cheers guys, and look forward to the next installment of the Sheeran guitar show. Okay, cheers, bye.